It's James again. Still in Sapporo. Just dropped my phone. It's covered in snow. Anyway, in this video, I wanted to run through the dangers of trying to speak to everyone with your marketing, with your sales, with your business. There is a tendency for experts like us who have done things and helped people that we're artists, okay? We want to be entrepreneurs, but we're not super entrepreneurial. We love what we do and we want to help people. And the danger with that is we know that our thing could help a lot of people, and we feel bad when we're not helping people. And so we think, well, if I'm general with my marketing message, if I'm general with what we do, it's like, yeah, I can help you and you and you and you, right? Then if I'm not doing that, I'm letting people down and I'm stopping them from getting results in their life. The reality is that when you are speaking generally to people and not to a specific group in a specific way, your message is diluted because it doesn't call them out. Like, imagine that your audience is a group of people who can hear a particular frequency. They're like dogs, okay? They can hear a particular frequency that everyone else can't. And you're trying to call them over to get attention. And you're standing in the middle of a park and everyone is shouting. They're going to look at the person who's shouting the loudest. That's what tends to happen. We look at businesses that are just shouting really loud and we think, that's what I've got to do. But then you see these people who are whispering almost, and they seem to be doing really, really well. It's like, I don't know who this person is. They're not wildly famous all over Instagram. They don't have a whole lot of followers. But how are they traveling the world and how are they making this money and how they're helping these people? But they don't seem to be like this guru person. The reason that that works is because they're speaking in the frequency that their audience can hear. They are the dogs in the park. They're saying what they're saying, and those people can hear it. The others can't. You're calling them out. You're speaking to their problems, to their desires. Have you ever been, I don't know, flicking through a magazine or whatever, or on Facebook? A good example is Facebook. There's a conspiracy that Facebook's listening to you on your phone. Debatable. But let's say that it's not, okay? Have you ever had the experience where you're thinking about going to Fiji or something, and suddenly you start to notice all these advertisements for Fiji, or all your friends that have gone to Fiji, or people that are going to Fiji on your Instagram page, it's Fiji, Fiji, Fiji. What has happened is that your mind has, it's called your reticular activating system. When you prime it and say, this is what I want, your mind goes and finds it. It hears it. The frequency's there. So you're on Instagram, the posts were already happening, and suddenly you saw the ads or the whatever for the thing that you suddenly want, even though you weren't looking it up. Now what happens is when you first start to notice it, you're noticing a pattern. You've primed yourself and you see the pattern. The second thing that happens is the algorithm kicks in. The algorithm says, you clearly want to go to Fiji. Let me show you more Fiji stuff. When you're marketing, bring you back to that analogy, we're in a park, there's a whole lot of people there, everyone's shouting. If you're saying things at the frequency for the special hearing that they have, right? Their pains, their specific desires, their life experience, what they're going through. And you're saying things that align with that. They hear it, even though everything is super noisy. And then what happens is, as you start to get that attention from them, your algorithm starts to produce more content that aligns with that because you're actually starting to get a response. And so suddenly your marketing works better, your sales works better, you start increasing your cash flow, your business is growing. You become conditioned to do more of what works. So how does this relate to what I said at the start, like being too general, speaking to everyone? Well, if you are speaking to everyone, you have to shout louder than everybody else if you want people to hear you. And that doesn't work because there's always a bigger dog that can bark louder than you can. So what you want to do is you want to be hyper specific. You want to know exactly what your ideal client thinks, feels, is frustrated by, wants, needs, and you want to speak exactly to that. And when you do that, when you build your business around a particular person with a particular problem, you're able to not have to shout and hurt your throat. You don't have to scream and spend all this money on marketing because people are coming to you because you're saying the things that align with them. The irony of this is in this video, some of you are going to think, why is this dude sitting in a park with a microphone on his head? He looks like an idiot. I'm in a park because I have kids and I travel full time. And so we're staying in apartments and Airbnbs, and it's this one we're in is not very big. And I don't want a whole lot of background noise, so I'm in a park. I also like being outdoors. I have this on my head because my jacket is big and it kept folding on itself and making noise, and so this just was easier. I think I look like a dickhead, but it works. Some of you are going to hate that, and you probably already stopped watching the video. Some of you are going to love that. Some of you don't care, and you care about what I'm saying. The point is, I am speaking to my people. You may or may not be one of those people. When you speak to your people and you are authentic and you don't worry about how you present, you don't worry about having a perfect background with nice lighting, all this kind of stuff. You're just in a park surrounded by snow with a microphone on your head. What you do is not only do you make your life easier in your business, but you make it easier for people to be attracted to you or to be repelled by you. I don't want people watching my stuff who don't resonate with me because it's going to skew my algorithm. I'm going to think my content's working because I'm getting a whole lot of views or comments or whatever of people who I don't want to work with. I work with online coaches, health coaches, business coaches, mindset coaches. If you run a coaching business or you want to start and grow a coaching business, I can help you. I'm very good at it. But if you run a legal firm or an e-commerce brand, I can probably help you. I know business, but I don't want to work closely with you, no offense, because it makes my life harder and now I become a generalist. I'm specific. So the people who want to have a lifestyle like me, they want to travel, they want to make money, they want to have a whole lot of free time, they want to be able to sit in a park and make a video in the middle of the day because they got time because their schedule is empty. Those people who are in the coaching consulting course creator space will resonate. And now I don't have to shout. I can whisper at the right frequency and they can hear me and they will respond. So when you are being general, you run the risk of creating a business that is bloated, inefficient, ineffective, time-consuming, and not profitable. I want to run an easy business. I want to run a business that I can spend less than, 15 hours a week doing stuff in. I want to run a business that can make me a bunch of profit, right? I want to run a business that is remote and I can travel. And I want to run a business where the clients are in it and they want to be there and I love them. Not clients that I can get really good results for, but are a pain in the ass. I want to work with clients that I can get really good results for, who want to be there, who like being there, and who I like to work with. That is the advantage of being specific. You will help more people, you will make more money, and you will have a better business if you are specific with who you do help and who you don't help. And so a little exercise for yourself if you're stuck on this. Don't start with who do I want to work with. Start with who do you don't want to work with. Because it's very easy for us to be like, yeah, I don't want those people. Then once you do that, there'll be a pattern. There'll be a negative space between all the groups that you don't want to work with. And you'll be able to go, oh, so what's in that negative space? Who are those people that are not these people? And it'll get more clear for you. Most of us go, who do I want to work with? You're like, I don't know, I can help everybody. Go, who do you don't want to work with? And then work backwards from there to find who you do want to work with. And you'll find that it'll be much easier to run your business. I promise you. As always, we've got a ton of these videos. We've got a ton of training material and content and things to help you. Go binge watch it all. Build a better business and then reach out to me if you want to get some coaching. All right? See you in the next video.